Introducing the big, bright, bold new look in morning television. The on-the-go, everyday electric television magazine that shows and tells and buys and sells and gets super-sized results. This is the new dimension in television that makes morning time selling time. Ladies and gentlemen, the Alan Douglas Morning Exchange.
Feel with this fella and with those conditions.
Yeah, what an incredible spot for a man like Carl Stokes to really understand how cities have gone wrong. There are people that say that everything that's wrong with this country, about its children primarily, is your fault. They say, you did it. What do you say?
Well, it sort of flatters me that they think that I have that amount of influence. Actually, of course, it's nonsense.
Good morning, you're on the Exchange.
Yes, I'd like Mr. Montague to comment on the natural superiority of women.
Well, as a woman, of course, you ought to know that women are naturally superior to men. After all, most married women know that behind every successful man there stands a surprised woman.
Thank you for having me on, Alan Douglas. It's been a morning pleasure, you know.
That was 10 years ago, dear friends, when the United States of America tied a few million pounds of thrust onto the hind end of Colonel John Glenn and shot him out into destiny. He lives here in Ohio, and he is an aide to Governor Gilligan on the problems that we're having in our environment. Colonel Glenn.
Very glad to be here. Thank you.
Is it true that William Tell started this way? Hey, very good. Was that painful, Judy? You believe in capital punishment?
No, for a variety of reasons. The only person I would want to see executed is somebody that killed one of my family, you see, but that's an emotional reaction and not very objective.
That's the first honest answer I've ever gotten to that question, by the way. And if you don't mind, I'll use it.
Okay.
And I'll never call you F again. Please meet the world's #1 felinologist, the owner of the Wonder Cat Fury, and the man who personally engineered the sale of the world's most expensive cat, John Baker, the Cat Man. Meow to you, Mr. Baker.
Morning to you, Baron.
Would you say meow to Don Webster?
Say meow to Don Webster. Say meow for him.
Oh, my God. That's a real swell catching out
You
there.
know what?
And I was wondering if the hormone balance in women affects this condition.
The question is backward. It isn't the premenstrual tension that creates low blood sugar. It's low blood sugar that creates premenstrual tension. In other words, one of the symptoms we expect in women who have low blood sugar is that they become witches once a month. Mm-hmm. And what I'm saying now is aimed at rescuing the husband from a horrible fate rather than helping the woman.
And about a year professionally, in about 2 years, I was writing letters to the editor.
Is that how you got to be a columnist?
Well, I negotiated with the editor of the Daily News, Mr. Rolfe Neal, for several months with numerous letters, phone calls, and personal visits.
You negotiated?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the best deal I could.
Yeah.
As far as the FBI and the Bell system is concerned, it's no particular secret that the FBI and the Bell system cooperate on tapping wires, but this is usually, and this is, and I'm quite certain, done almost entirely through court order.
Hello, you're on the Exchange this morning with Dr. Stillman.
Dr. Stillman?
Yes, go ahead.
I have a problem. I've gone on more diets, really, and have lost weight, but my weakness is candy.
Oh, yeah.
Question.
Right.
How do you choose a party? How do you choose a political party?
Well, I had a problem in New Hampshire because I could only become either Republican or Democrat, so Republican, so I ran as a Republican.
Really? Yeah.
You only have 2 choices in this country.
No, there was another choice that you mentioned in your book.
Well, the Tupperware party.
Yes.
A future for yourself.
I hope.
Yeah. You are, by avocation, an attorney.
Yes.
Have you ever felt that you could influence a jury this way?
Well, I have felt I could, but you know, every time I've tried it, it's always been ruled out of order and irrelevant and immaterial, that sort of thing.
Yes.
Whenever my opponent is, I feel he's making a good point with the jury, you know, I try to distract them, you know. And usually it does, just a little, you know. And you try to do it subtly so the judge isn't quite sure where it's coming from, you know.
Well, you've been a great education to us, and obviously, we're sorry about some of the laughter. I think when greatness descends upon us, some of us don't know how to react. And laughter, I think, comes out of nervousness on our part.
I think it's a matter of education.
I think
and,
so.
Once they become used to this sort of thing, that manualists will have achieved a higher plateau.
Before we say goodbye, and we hate to do that, Larry and I both would like you to favor us with one brief selection. Have you something that a finale?
Yes, I could play one that I did on the Tonight Show in three-part harmony.
Three-part harmony?
Which is a new stereophonic effect, which we have been required to work out.
You use talcum powder, do you, or baby powder?
Well, it's a special powder.
John, thank you. I have no idea what you've done for Cleveland this morning. I don't think that we'll ever be able to tote it up. We're grateful to you. John Twomey from Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Larry Morrow from Wixie. Thank you very much.